Hey teachers, it's Miss Andrist. So congratulations, you have a lot of students in your Zoom class now. It's no longer just you and the one teacher who accidentally logged into your Zoom instead of starting her own Zoom. We've come so far. All right, so now you have a bunch of kids in your class. They're learning, you're killing it. It's amazing. But you kind of notice that there are some kids who feel very comfortable participating, and there's some kids who, let's be honest, they're not even in the same room as their laptop. But that's okay. What I want to talk to you about today is some reward systems to maybe help inspire or empower some students to want to answer or want to share or want to read or want to participate. Now, before I go any further, let's keep in mind, this is a global pandemic and people are doing the very best that they can. So the purpose of any of these reward systems is not to expose any students who aren't participating so that we can text their mom. It's not to force students out of their comfort zones. People can stay in their comfort zones during this time. That is okay. But the purpose of reward systems would be to empower students who maybe want to share and want your feedback and want your attention, but maybe they're already shy to begin with, or maybe they're just not used to this forum, and maybe talking into the camera is somewhat uncomfortable for them at this point. And this might just be a fun little tool to help that group of students just feel more comfortable on Zoom. And then for everybody else watching who's maybe not quite ready for it yet, that's okay. It's fun to watch and it makes the class spiced up a little bit, just makes it a little bit silly and keeps things lighthearted. So before I introduce you some of my favorite reward systems, here's some things to keep in mind. One, keep it positive always. We don't want to be in Zoom class like, hey, you in the back, I haven't heard from you in a while. You're going to lose your recess. Like, nobody wants to come to that Zoom class. Never be punitive. Remember, kids are like in their living rooms and their kitchens with their other siblings and their cousins and their other parents. And you don't want to like discipline one kid in front of everybody else's family. Like that would be messed up. So never punitive on Zoom. Our classrooms are supposed to be just positive, keep it light, keep it fun, keep it positive. And then nothing mandatory. I know in our classrooms, we have checklists and we have popsicle sticks, and we're always making sure that we're hearing from everybody because we're using formative assessments and we're checking for understanding and we're doing all those things that we're supposed to do. But Zoom is different. It's different. So we can keep it not mandatory and not be on there like, well, I've heard from 3 of you and I haven't heard from the rest of you. So you know what? I'm disappointed and you better do better tomorrow. Nobody wants to go to that Zoom class either. So just keep in mind, we're going to keep it positive, not punitive, and make nothing mandatory. But on the other side of things, a reward system can be a really fun way to make things silly and to empower kids who are like ready to share, but they're just held back a little bit because this is funky. This whole thing is a funky situation to be doing class this way instead of IRL. Okay, so this is how I set up a reward system in my classroom. I'll be like, hey students, I love hearing from you. I love it when you participate in discussions. I love it when you show me your math work. I love it when you share with me the projects that you've been doing in science. I love it when you read out loud, and I love it when you share pieces of your writing. So all of that is great. And if you want to share a whole bunch of times in class, you just go ahead. You press unmute, you share out loud, and then hit mute again. And I'm so happy to hear from you as much as you want to share. Now, if you notice that maybe you've been a little too shy to share, or you have something that you want to share with the class, but you're not sure, you just go right ahead and do it. Now, for everybody, Anytime it's your first time sharing today, I'm gonna give you guys a special prize. And we can count at the end of class how many students shared that day. So maybe some days we'll have like 4 students share, and maybe some days we'll have like 30 students share. It's up to you guys. So count the prizes and see how many students we can get to share in a day. Let's do this. Okay, so here's some of my favorite reward systems. 1, the soccer goal. I got this right off of Teachers Pay Teachers, and it was $1. And it goes a little something like this. I'll be like, hey, that's the first time I've heard from you today. Thank you so much for reading out loud for us. You get a goal. Pew! Yeah, hey, goal. And oh, wow, thank you so much for sharing your reading. I loved hearing that thesis in your opinion essay. You get a goal. Hey, goal. The crowd goes wild. Wow, thank you so much for showing me your work that you used to solve that math problem. I'm so impressed. You get another goal. Wow. Yeah, cool. Love soccer. Look at mine, even comes with like a little guy playing, and it wants somebody who wins. Like, wow, we had 3 people share today. Amazing. You guys get the trophy because you all win. Yay! Okay, another one I really like is ice creams. So I can be like, thank you so much for sharing with us. You get an ice cream. Yummy. Oh, wow, somebody else shared? Thank you for your opinion. You get an ice cream too. And you get an ice cream. And you get an ice cream. And everybody gets ice creams. Yummy. And then at the end of the class, you can be like, oh my gosh, look at this. Let's count it up and see how many ice creams we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ice creams. That means 5 students shared today. Hey, remember back on Monday, only 1 student shared and we had 1 ice cream? Now we have 5 students who shared. We got 5 ice creams. You guys are doing such a good job. Amazing. Another one I like is, using board games. So like if I want students to like show me their work, I've got Cootie. I love the Cootie Bug game. And all the pieces come on like a little board like this. And what's nice about the Cootie Bug game is you also end up getting students to describe things and use more language and talk about stuff. So if that's one of your objectives, this game will do it. So you can be like, oh, okay, well, I want to see the science project that you guys have been working on. So every time you share your science project, you get to pick a new Cootie Bug part. Okay, so which color body do you want? Okay, so the first student shares and they pick the red body. Okay, red body. And then the next student shares and you can be like, okay, what color head do you want? I want the green head. Look at your Cootie Bug has a red body and a green head. Oh, he's so cute already. And then the more students that share, they get to pick like the hat and the eyes and the mouth and then what kind of little feet they want. And so instead of being like, haven't heard from you in a while, I'll wait. Well, I've only heard the same kids. I'm tired of hearing from them. I'll wait. I mean, you don't want to do that. Because the kids who are sharing, you want them to keep sharing. But it's really fun to be like, okay, who wants to pick the eyes for our Cootie Bug? You? Okay, go ahead. Which eyes do you want? And they're like, those ones. What do you mean those ones? Can you describe it more using a complete sentence? Oh, you want the eyes in the middle with the eyelashes? Okay, look at our Cootie Bug now has eyes with eyelashes. Okay, thank you for, oh, I dropped it. Okay, thank you for sharing. Can you now show us your science project? Awesome, we loved your science project. Who wants to pick the hat that the cootie bug wears? Okay, show me your science project. Now you get to pick. And then you can put a hat on the cootie bug and then his little legs. Kids like that one. And then there's always this fun one of my favorites. I just printed out a fun picture of myself. Slap that on up there. And if you read your favorite part of your essay out loud, you get to put a mustache on Miss Andress. Oh, I loved your writing. You get to pick the mustache. And then you can be like, which mustache would you like? Oh, thank you so much for sharing that solution to the math problem. Which mustache do you want to put on Miss Andress next? The handlebar one. Okay, cool. Miss Andress gets a handlebar mustache. And everybody laughs and thinks it's funny. So then the students who are already participating, obviously they keep participating because they enjoy it so much. And the students who were like a little shy and just needed a little bit of empowerment, now they're participating because they think it's so fun and they want to play the games. And for the students who still aren't ready, we don't have to like call them out or anything like that. Eventually, when they get used to the forum and they feel comfortable, they'll join in eventually, but we don't have to push it. All right, well, good luck with all of your reward systems. I hope it makes your classes more fun, and I hope it empowers your students to really feel like they can share and have fun with you on Zoom. All right, see you next time, bye.